Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you. So let's get open for business here. And let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. There we go. They're awake. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Apparently, it seems like social distancing is beginning to have a good effect. People are beginning to, we're seeing numbers that are kind of slowing down. It's not no time to go out and party or anything like that because we still need to keep our ass at home. But you can see that things you can see a little bit of a turn. So if we can stay home for a while longer, keep our social distance, maybe we can start getting back to some sort of normalcy in the very near future, maybe have a football season. So I got a real question here. And this is really, to me, the biggest question for the Dallas Cowboys. We've made some moves. In fact, we are third in the NFL in money spent on new contracts. Third. $210 million this offseason. We have done a lot of different things. I mean, we got in a new coaching staff. Looks like we're beginning to change philosophy on defense because we're getting bigger guys that can rush the passer. We got a one technique guy. I mean, that's earth-shattering in Dontari Poe. We got a safety. And we're getting ready for the draft, and we're just 2 weeks away. The Cowboys seem to be putting the pieces together to try and make a run. That there's a sense of urgency that they haven't had in a long time. Normally, we wouldn't be signing a whole bunch of free agents. Normally we'd still have Jason Garrett, and we'd say, Jason Garrett, he makes a lot of mistakes and things, but he's going to learn everything he needs to know. He's going to be the coach that we need. He's the guy to get us there. And we all look at this and say, the fuck? Are you kidding me? We just lost in a win and get in game, or we just lost another heart-wrenching playoff game. We're sitting here watching the same simplistic game plans over and over. You didn't see what we saw, Jerry? But we finally, after long last, made a change of coach. And it seems like the team is trying to put together all the tools and all the pieces together to change the narrative. There's no guarantee that any single move that you've made is going to work, or all of them are going to work. But you have to at least try to get better. And you can look and see, okay, there's some pieces here that look better than what we've had before. We're trying to take care of the holes. We're trying to learn what we have had as failings before, right? And you kind of like that. Maybe they're going to get crazy in the draft. Maybe they'll move up or maybe they'll move back. But they're going to try and make the best move possible for the team. So if that's the case, the biggest question I have right now is, what about Dak Prescott? The Dallas Cowboys have a way of shooting themselves in the foot. They did with Emmitt Smith, because it was kind of like, no, we're not going to pay Emmitt Smith. We know we just won the Super Bowl. Then we start out 0-2. And then we rushed to hurry up and get that deal done after Charles Haley put his helmet through a locker and scared the piss out of everybody. We did that with D-Law. No, we're not going to, we're going to be negotiators. We're not going to pay D-Law. We're not going to reset the market. And you end up wasting his season because contract negotiations, he decides, I'm not getting my shoulder done. And that had a direct impact on last year. Maybe a sack here or a sack there might have been the difference of winning and losing. And if you didn't learn enough from that situation right there, you turned around and repeated it with Zeke Elliott. We're not going to reset the market on Zeke Elliott, right? And he kept his ass over there running around on Cabo sand. And when he got here, he was not the same Zeke. That Zeke that was always, I need a blow. I need a break. Maybe had you gotten that deal done, he would have been there working out in training camp. And in those key situations where you had Tony Pollard on third down running the football and he fumbles and we lose the opportunity against the Eagles, maybe Zeke Elliott is in there playing. And in the end, both those situations, you still paid the guy. Now, here's where the Dallas Cowboys are disadvantaged right now because of the Rona. You have a whole new coaching staff, with the exception of Kellen Moore, which means there's going to be changes on this team. Now, fortunately, you've got most of the same players, guys that have been there, but there's going to be a change in terminology. There's going to be a change in plays. Hopefully, we'll open up a playbook and actually have a little bit more than just Zeke Elliott running on first down. Maybe we'll do more play action and things. And most of you are thinking, well, but, they're not practicing yet. Football season isn't until August. But what you have to understand is right now, normally we would have started OTAs on Monday, earlier than teams that don't have new coaching staffs. Why? Because that's when you start implementing your system. That's when you start working out. Football is really around the year, 365-day-a-year job. Either you're practicing, getting stronger, you're getting your body worked on, you're doing paperwork, you're learning a new system. And the question is at what point, or has Dak Prescott, because we're doing virtual reality, working out team meetings, just like we're going to do virtual reality draft. Everybody's on a Skype line. If Dak goes the route of Zeke Elliott, of D. Law, Emmitt Smith, and says, you know what, I've done my part, and you can call him greedy all you want. If he goes that route, and this thing goes for any length of time, we have until July 15th to get this thing solved, you can pretty much realize that the same thing that's happened in those other situations will happen again. Now, I don't understand this. Originally, the Cowboys were saying Dak needs to take a team-friendly deal, leave some money on the table so we can get other people. And that's a crock of shit. The team still has $14 million, and you're paying him the hardest way you can, which is the franchise tag. You got to look back and see that guys like Kirk Cousins were making $28 million a year. At the same time, you're only paying a quarterback $680,000 and $2 million a year. The reason you have that cap space is because of Dak Prescott. And in the grand scheme of things, you've been able to do what you wanted to in free agency. You've spent buku money. In fact, you'd have more money if you get Dak's deal done right now. You're going to have more money come June 1st with Travis Frederick when you end up making him a June 1st cut. That's another $7 million right there. And the way the salary cap is going to explode because of the new collective bargaining agreement, it's not like 4 years down the road that you're not going to have the money to be able to do it. So what is it? What is the real reason that we're waiting to get this thing done? I'd really like to know. Because if you're all in, if you had no problem paying D-Law, one of the highest contracts, and what will probably be the highest contract, and looking at how things have happened with running backs, probably the highest contract for a running back for a long, long time. If you've seen what it's done to your team before, having contract negotiations that hurt you, then why are you still doing the same stupid thing that we were doing before? I'd just like to know, as a fan, As a guy who supports the Dallas Cowboys, who lives the Dallas Cowboys every day, what is the reason behind arguing over a fourth or fifth year? We need to worry about right now, this season, new coaching staff, and give the Cowboys every advantage that we can right now. I just like to know. I don't have an answer. I just like to know. And I guess we never will. Well, I've got some work I need to do. It's another day. And as always, keep your ass at home. I'll see you soon.